Little Kitty Big City is a game about a cat where you are free to run around a city and essentially cause mayhem as a cat. This game actually has a ton of different things in it, and I have to admit that I was very skeptical going into the game because I kind of looked at it as being more of a childish game, but it's actually pretty fun for adults as well. The main premise of the game is that you start off on a ledge, you fall off that ledge, and your entire mission is essentially to get enough fish, to get enough stamina so that you can climb back up to your ledge and go back to sleep. And that might sound like a very easy thing to do as a cat, but there's a lot more to it than that. From simple things like hitting a ball into a goal and finding every goal and scoring goals in every single one of them, to knocking things off ledges in order to get small little achievements on side quests. This game has a lot of different things in it, from collectibles to quests to side quests, and it allows you to essentially explore the entirety of the city freely as much as you want to. There are shinies to go and collect, there are birds to hunt down and catch and release, of course, where you can gather feathers from them to use as a currency for certain things, a load of different side quests that will present themselves as you're going around the city, like knocking things off ledges, playing hide and seek with a chameleon, or just generally terrorizing the humans, as well as other main quests that you have to do to progress the story. You do get a map in the game that gives you the ability to see where things are in the world. This includes fish, which you need in order to climb vines in order to get back up to the building and back up to your sleeping spot. But also, this stamina you get from the fish will allow you to climb vines and go to new areas that you didn't get previously. What you will find is there'll be certain areas you can't get to until you find enough fish to get the stamina to get up there, and sometimes this can be worthwhile for the rewards that you get. As you go through, you will get the collectibles, like things like hats that you can put onto your cat, and also emotes and other things that can allow you to be kind of adorable for the humans. Some of the side quests involve getting petted by humans, so you have to meow at them to get their attention, or sometimes you'll have to do some sort of pose or something cute to get them to come over to you. There are side quests for getting people to take pictures of you, as well as other things like that. Then moving away from the cuter side of things, you can swipe with each of your paws, which means you can knock things off ledges. One of the side quest things that you can do is scoring goals with a football. That means that you have to find the football and then you have to weirdly, awkwardly swipe it sideways until you get to the goal, which can be very fun but also really freaking frustrating. Just spent way too long trying to get one ball into a goal around the corner because I couldn't go around the corner because every time I swiped the ball went sideways. There are also hazards in the world, like water that obviously you're a cat, you can't go into, and puddles that you just kind of jump back from every time you go near them, to dogs that are guarding certain areas of the map and you have to find a bone to feed it and put it into their bowl in order to get the dog out of the way so that you can explore that area. And there really is a ton of different things to do in this game. On the most part, the game is an exploration game that just essentially allows you to run around the city doing what you want to. If you do it right, you can run under the feet of humans and trip them up, and then if they drop something, you can grab it and run away with it. One of the missions, for example, you have to get a phone, and the only way to do that is to trip up a human holding a phone, pick up their phone, steal it, and run away to complete your mission. You can also crawl through small spaces, as well as searching in bins, which is quite a funny animation when you do that. And there is also a fast travel system that's available where you go through manholes to travel around the system using a weird mystical teleporter thing. You'll find out when you play the game. And if you stuck around this far, then please hit that like and subscribe button. It definitely helps me out, helps out my channel, helps me get out to more people so people can see my content. And if you enjoy my content, why wouldn't you want other people to enjoy it as well? Also, I would really appreciate it, so if you're hitting that button right now, thank you very much. Generally speaking, this game is a really good, fun game. I don't really think there's much bad about the game or any kind of issues or anything that's wrong with it, but the only negative things that I really have to say about this game is the camera angles. Occasionally you'll find a camera angle where you'll try to turn to look somewhere, and it's almost as if the developers forgot to mark some of the walls as actual walls, so the camera just goes straight through it and you just end up looking at an extreme close-up of a wall rather than the cat, and you can't see where you're going. Other than that, I've got no other really big complaints about the game and no other issues with the mechanics or how they work. It all works pretty smoothly, otherwise it's just the camera that needs to be fixed. So as long as they fix that problem, there's not really going to be any issues with the game going forward, or at least from my own personal experience of the game so far. I have to give a lot of credit to the developers of this game, the fact that they've created the right mannerisms for the cat, and there's some very funny moments in the game, depending on what you're doing, that can just be funny. I think my most favourite thing in this game was when I ran around a corner and came across a cucumber, and if you've ever seen cat videos of cucumbers and cats, whether you know exactly what to expect. It had me in stitches for a good like 5 minutes because I wasn't expecting it to be a little detail that they added into a game. So props to them for that, and the research they've done and the understanding of cats that they have before actually making a game like this. If you're a fan of games like Stray, you are going to absolutely love this because of the way that the cat moves around and everything is very much realistic like Stray was. And obviously if you're a cat lover, it's just going to be something you're going to probably get stuck into for a long period of time. Unless of course you've got a cat, in which case you might give your cat a bit more time after playing this game because it's just so freaking adorable. I have so far spent a good couple of hours in this game running around, collecting things, doing missions, and I'm still finding it fun to play. It's something that I will probably go through to completion because it's something that's worth playing. Whether you like cats or not, it doesn't really make a difference. It is a good exploration game, lots of missions and lots of quests and different side quests and stories and all sorts of different things to do in the game. You'll be playing it for a good few hours, and I'd estimate you got at least maybe 3 to 4 hours before completion, maybe a little bit longer. It seems like it's going to be a decent length game and something you can enjoy for a long period of time, and that all depends on obviously how much of a completionist that you are and how much you want to collect in the game. If you want to do 100%, give it a go, put the time into it, it's definitely worth it. Also, if you have Game Pass, then it is on Game Pass completely free, so you have the ability to play it on Xbox or you can play it on PC. And if you don't have Game Pass or you just want to buy the game, it's about 20 quid at the moment, which is relatively cheap. You'll have to look up the currency of that obviously in your own country, because I'm from the UK and for me it's £20, but it might be more for you. But I think it's worth a purchase, it's worth a buy, and it's worth a play. And it can be the kind of game that you can get onto for long periods of time, or you can use it as a little time waster for little short periods of time just to kind of kill time. Did I say time enough? But of course, if you don't like to waste your time on games like this, then maybe spend your time on other things like some of these games in these videos here. I am currently on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe and like button and comment down below. Thank you for watching my video. I've been Lycan from Green Lycan Reviews, and I'll see you in the next one.